I have a second channel, Cube Comp MTDX. Hey everybody, so I'm in a new home and I got something to talk about today regarding my internet service. So I signed back up with Spectrum for my internet service. Yeah, that's all I have here. That's the best I have here, I mean to say. I don't have AT&T fiber and I don't have Google fiber at this street, so I had to sign back up for Spectrum. They're giving me a better price on internet than I had when I started here a little over 5 years ago. Opted for the 400 megabits per second service. And so the funny thing is I'm getting 20 megs up, which is funny because that's what I got with the 200 service. I did a video back spring last year, 2021, talking about how Spectrum quietly reduced the upload speed of their 200 meg service. Yeah. So there are definitely some things that have changed about Spectrum. But anyways, this video is going to be about my experience with the Spectrum installation. So I got internet service. I got the Mid-Tower Lux hooked up right over there. And internet works great. I mean, I get 400 megs down, I get 20 up. But I'm going to tell you something funny. So I just got an email from Spectrum reminding me to start my service. It's like basically like we haven't like basically saying like we noticed you haven't activated your service. Activate your service now to begin enjoying features. Your billing date will start when your modem is activated or on January 13th. Here it is, I think the 9th of January, 2022. So I noticed in the list it mentions detailed instructions on how to hook up your modem are included in your shipment. So here's the thing. When I signed up for the internet service, I specifically stated on the order request that I'm using my own equipment because I have a Surfboard 6183, which is compatible with the 400 meg service, and it still works fine. So I was like, why not use it? So Spectrum come out. Okay, actually no. Let me take that back. So when I signed up for the service online, Spectrum, when the order was confirmed, it basically said, "Here's how to hook up your service," as if I already had a cable line here. Which I mean, maybe in their database for my address, they probably still had me on file as having an actual cable line to the house. But I had to call in and say, "Hey, look, I just had the old single wide that was on the slot taken off and had this new home put on, and I need to have my service actually installed from the pole." And so Spectrum, a guy come out that evening or the day after actually, to hook up my service, and you can tell he had had a long day, and you could tell he didn't really want to have to do the job this evening. But I told him, I said, "Hey, look," I said, "this is all like a schedule. I mean, I don't get off work till 6 o'clock in the evening." And I said, I said, "Don't worry, man. I'll run the cable under the house. They don't have to crawl under my house." So I took I did take a lot of the work off of his back. So I did actually run the cable line under my house to the tech room myself. So because I wanted to go into the house anyway, just to make sure everything was fine under there. I didn't want to find any surprises like any water leaks or whatever. So they got the service hooked up, and so that's one thing I want to talk about. But here's another thing. I want y'all to see how they installed this service. We'll come out here and look at this pole. Yeah, y'all definitely got to see this. So right down there is where the service goes into the house. You can see the Spectrum box right there, and the line goes through there out to the street, and we'll walk up that way. There was one thing that I noticed I wasn't exactly a fan of, but I told a matter of fact, when I called in to Spectrum to schedule to have them to hook up the service, I had said I want them to be out here when I'm home, because I want to mention to them that they need to watch out for a septic drain line or drain field. And I said there's also a power line buried. And when the guy came out, he said the actual cable line is only about 6 inches under the ground, if even that. So I said, no worries. I said the drain lines or the drain field is actually a foot under the ground. But I want y'all to look at this. So we're walking out here to the street. I'm going to turn around here. Have a look what's behind me. That right there, guys, is a hack job of a cable line install. So come out here to the pole. Okay, so we're here at the pole. Why don't y'all look at this? So, come around here. You got this conduit right here where the cable line goes underground. See, it comes out of the ground right there. And there is not a single means of securing that cable line to the pole. Look at this, guys. Just look at that. It's just dangling out in the, right in the air. What do you think the wind's going to do to that with time? It's going to whip it around. It's going to mess things up. So, I do have the technician's phone number. And I do plan to call him and say, hey, I like this to be fixed properly, because that's simply not how you run a cable line down a pole. You're supposed to secure it to the dang pole. I mean, back in 2016, when Time Warner Cable installed my internet back then, they secured it to the pole. That wasn't an issue. But this guy, I mean, like I said, he clearly, you could tell he did not want to be here. He just wanted to go home. So I can see why he didn't take the time to secure things to the pole. But let's say a day or two afterwards, a contractor must have come out and buried the line. I mean, like I say, it's only like a few inches underground. So if I start to see green spots in my grass right there, Spectrum's gonna be in trouble, is all I can say, because I warned them. And the guy said he put on his notes that there was a septic drain line or drain field there. But anyways, go back inside. I want to talk about some things. So you got the hack job of an install. I mean, that pole out there pretty much explains it. I'm glad that I went under my house and actually ran the cable line myself, because I did my Cat 5 cables under the house, and everything is well organized. There's nothing laying on the ground. I mean, this is a double wide manufactured home, so it has the two. There's two separate frames under there, and I used the frame to. I secured my Ethernet lines and my coax line to the frame, so that way nothing's just dangling on the ground. I'm sure had this guy installed it, it'd have been just all over the ground and just in the way of everything. So, I mean, I'm not trying to bash on the guy too much. But I do wish he would have done a little better job on that pole out there. That's kind of ridiculous. And I posted about it on Facebook, and one of my friends, my neighbors up the street, he said they did the same thing when they installed his service. I'm like, wow. I'm telling you guys, Spectrum they're a joke compared to Time Warner Cable. I would so love to have Time Warner Cable back. But anyways, so here's the thing. As I think I mentioned, when I signed up for the service, I signed up for it online. The reason why I signed up for it online, you can probably guess why. Because I did not want to have to deal with the sales rep trying to sell me home phone or TV service, because I don't need home phone. For one, I have a Magic Jack. I already have a home phone. And number two, I don't need a TV service. I don't need TV service. I don't watch TV enough to justify the cost of it. I mean, my parents they're spending a crap ton of money on their cable TV service. And soon I think they're going to be switching off of it. Anyways, so if I get television services, it's going to be like YouTube TV or Sling or one of the streaming services. So I don't need actual cable TV. Anyways, so I signed up for an online, so I didn't have to argue with the sales rep about why I didn't want the home phone or why I didn't want the cable service, why I just want internet service. So there you have it. And when I submitted the order, again, as I think I mentioned to start the video, they basically said, well, here's how you install your modem or something like that. Pretty much expecting that I already had a cable hookup in the house. So another thing is, when I sign into my existing Spectrum.net account, it's interesting. They signed me up with a whole new account number, even though I put in the same information as before. So yeah, maybe I should have signed up for it through my existing account. I don't know. But it's funny. I can log into my existing Spectrum account, and under services, it says you can add internet service, or you can add phone service, or you can add TV service. Why in the world, when I signed up for this online, How come did it not have me like sign in with an existing account? That's beyond me. Um, I do think it did ask me for my email address and stuff, and you would think when you enter that stuff in, it would kind of ring a bell with them, with their system saying, "Hey, there's already this email is already in their system. This person probably may have an account with us already, or did have an account in the past." But yeah. So again, so I got this email. What was it? No, that's my order confirmation. I'm just looking at stuff here. Yeah, so I had an order confirmation, and it was for internet services, blah blah blah. And they are giving me the service for $10 less a month than the introductory rate I had for the 200 meg service back in 2016. So I guess that's a win, and I get it for 2 years. Then they go up to $100 a month. So yeah, I was paying $79.99 a month for 200 meg service before I moved out of the single wide that was here. I was getting ripped off big time. So I was happy I I was so excited to get the call in and Sam canceling my service and mention why. I mean, without a house and a lot, obviously I can't. They can't try to upsell me on a new service because, well, again, there was no house and there was no home on the lot at the time. Yeah. So yeah, an email says from Spectrum. It says equipment activation reminder. It says, "Hi Nick, it's time to begin enjoying the services that you ordered. Your billing will start when you activate your equipment or on January 13th, 2022, whichever comes first." It says how to activate equipment. Connect devices, plug in, turn on devices, activate with the My Spectrum app. And it says your equipment, and there's a modem. And it says, the serial number is like SEQ, and there's this number. And I go look at my existing cable modems in the tech room, and of course the serial number on it's different. So here's what else it says. It says installation instructions are included in your shipment. What, are they shipping me a modem? So number one, am I getting free internet service right now? That's what I wonder, because apparently their system thinks I haven't even activated my service. So maybe I'm getting a week's worth of free internet service. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just going to give them a call and say, "Hey, look, what's going on here? I'm getting this email, and they're telling me that apparently I have not activated my service yet. And are y'all shipping me a modem? Because I already have a modem." So I'm telling you guys, Spectrum, they're a total winner. Yeah. Time Warner Cable wasn't the greatest either, but I tell you, Time Warner Cable, they weren't this bad, especially when it comes to the billing. Every time your promotional rate would expire, you just call in and they'll give you a new promotional rate. Spectrum, no. They pretty much say it is what it is. So maybe in 2 years we'll have Starlink here. Starlink will be at least better by then, or maybe AT&T Fiber or Google Fiber will be out this way. I mean, we do have AT&T Fiber in areas not far from here, so yeah, maybe it's coming. And it's funny, in years past, I've said I've sworn I would never sign up for AT&T internet, but AT&T Fiber seems like it would be a pretty decent deal compared to Spectrum, because I know people who are paying $100 a month for their 400 meg Spectrum service, which only gives you 20 megs up, by the way. Whereas AT&T Fiber, the same guy has AT&T Fiber at another house of his, and he's paying like $60 a month for 1 gig. I don't know what his upload is. Maybe it's 1 gig. I don't know. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Spectrum, I tell you. I had a feeling that when I signed up for internet service here, there would be some sort of something to make a video about. I mean, we got a couple of things here. We have the mix-up with equipment. We have the mismatched account numbers. We have the shoddy installation on the pull-out in the yard. I mean, there you have it. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well, everybody, that's it for this video. But don't forget, there's a lot more interesting stuff on the channel to check out. Also, if this is your first time visiting this channel, feel free to subscribe to keep your channel. And also, don't forget to tick the bell so that way we get notified of new video posts. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. But if you really didn't like it, there is the alternative option available as well. Also, feel free to check out my second channel, CubeComp MTDX. There you'll find videos about bicycling, weather, elevator tours, and all sorts of other neat, interesting stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to come back, and thank you for your support.